What's up, y'all? What is up? Let's go. What's good, y'all? All right. So number one, we hopping right into it. I got a few things I want to share with you guys, especially when it comes to buyers. We do have an updated price list. We will be going over the price list today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize in helping you guys make an extra income stream. I am, man, listen. I'm tired, but I'm toughing it. I'm getting through this. Okay, make sure you guys smash the like button for me, man. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me, every single like. Also make sure that you say what's up, man. Let me know where you from. Let me know something, man. Say what's up to me. Don't just watch me. Say what's up to me. I'd rather be able to communicate with you guys and let's hold on. Okay, shipment will be made tomorrow. All right, cool. Perfect. All right, so now let's talk about this price list, guys. And I got some things that I want to share with you guys. Like if we're talking flips, right? And let's just blatantly talk about it, right? A lot of people like to discuss phone flipping, but not a lot of people will show you the magic, right? Here's some magic for y'all. Ready? So I had a guy. Now this happened a few times, okay? iPhone 14 Plus. Now, how much would you pay for iPhone 14 Plus? I want to ask you guys, right? Some of us will say 300. Some will even pay $4, and that's ridiculous. Now, a lot of people don't understand why I tell you to use this price list I'm going to show you, but it effectively helps you save money. It helps you not go over certain prices, and I'm thankful for this price list. Prime example, guys, this iPhone 14 Plus I got for $150. I said I can do $150. He says, yes, are you interested? He said, I'll take $160. I said, I can do that. He said, where you at? Meet me. And then we hashed it all out. All right. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys that is because it don't take a lot of money to close these phone deals. Don't let anybody lie to you. Don't let anybody clout your judgment or make you think that phones are worth an inflated price. They're not, okay? And if I'm telling you exactly how I came up with that $150 price, I went to the phone flipping price list, which you can get literally at HustlerTaughtMe.com. It's also linked below in the video. And I went all the way to used phones. I went to iPhone 14 Plus. And when I went to iPhone 14 Plus, I was able to see that a locked iPhone 14 Plus is worth $150 market value. If you don't believe me, you can look right here. It says it, $150 B plus. B grade is $130. The reason I said B plus is this is a device that was like new, just didn't have a box, okay? Now, if you don't know the grades, A plus is going to be a device. Now, maybe I should zoom in because I don't know if you guys can really see it, but A plus, okay? These are grades for every phone, right? Every phone has the same grade. A plus is going to be a device that is like new and has a box. B plus is going to be a phone that does not have the box, but it's like new. B grade is going to be the typical phone that we always get, okay? It's going to be a phone that has some light scratches, maybe moderate or heavy, but nothing too crazy. C grade is going to be a device that is cracked, okay? We're talking about cracked back or front. D grade, we don't buy. Those are the phones that are destroyed, okay? Now, I was able to get this phone for cheap. I was able to get a bunch of phones for cheap, of course, because I abide by the price list and the market value. Now, understand this, though, guys. Look at how I did not pay. So when I went to this iPhone 14 Plus, right, I want to highlight this. I didn't pay under market value, right? Because if you look at it, the B plus grade, this phone is worth... I was wrong. It's worth $150. I'm right. It was worth $150. What I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially go ahead. I got to zoom in because this is far. When I look at it on the screen that y'all see, it's far. On my screen, it's really big. But it's worth $150, right? But I brought it at $160. Now, why did I go and buy that device? Where's that? How do I get to that message? Now, listen, I'm new to this whole thing. I don't even know how to do this. Okay. So when I brought it, right, for that 150 or for that 160, because he negotiated me up, right? I'm not buying it with the anticipation to sell to a wholesale buyer. I'm buying it with the anticipation to sell it back to a consumer. That is an extra low price for an iPhone 14 Plus, and I know I can get more. The reason I knew to actually negotiate him down, though, was because of a few key factors. Now, I like to break down these the way I think about these things, because I want you guys to be able to think of them in the same way, or understand my mindset, so maybe you can take some pointers from me and put it into your game. So I saw that he was in a laundromat when he took this picture. That shows sense of urgency. I saw that he used the word SIM-lock. When anybody uses the word SIM-lock instead of just saying the phone is locked or the phone is locked to a carrier, SIM-lock is like an old-fashioned term. This individual is not keen to the phone flipping game. This is not something they do on a consistent basis. So they use old terminology, which I was able to capitalize on and use to my upper hand. Okay, and that's okay. Okay, that's something that thank God we could have did. All right. Now, when it comes to other phones, right? If we go to OfferUp, let's see what happened. I don't even know what happened on OfferUp. All right, we had some. We got Charles. Okay, yeah. So this is a guy that was talking crazy. Hold on, guys. I gotta. No need for an address. I have a guy that is supposed to be meeting you shortly. All right. Anyway, so we have this guy right here, iPhone 14, and I believe, okay, so I said I can do 140. He said 225. Then I said thanks, but damn, I can't go that high with the cracked screen. Now, this was the device that had that cracked screen yesterday, if y'all remember. And what we're doing is we're trying to get this down as low as possible. If we look at the price list again, and we look at the iPhone 14, we see the iPhone 14 is worth dirt, right? Especially when it has a crack. So what do we have to do? We have to sell this to consumers, right? So we have to have that mindset of understanding we cannot overbid, but also we can't give them what the buyer would pay us, right? We can't try to sell this to a buyer. It's too low. The pricing is too low to sell to wholesale buyers. So we have to move accordingly and try to get this phone for as low as possible to sell to consumers. That means I'm going to fix this phone, which I showed you guys yesterday. I believe it's going to cost me $22 to fix this screen. And once I fix the screen, I'll probably have paid, $200. I need to sell this for $270, $265. That's the range I'll probably sell it for, but I'll list it up on OfferUp for $300 to $350. All right, and then we'll get it done that way. And usually we end up panning out and getting some wins, okay? I usually, when I'm selling to consumers, if I would be telling you guys an average time that it takes me to sell phones, because I sell phones on OfferUp and in store all the time, it usually takes me anywhere between 1 hour to maybe a week. Like, it really depends. Some phones take longer than others. I tend to see like the iPhones that are locked move faster than unlocked phones, because unlocked phones you have to actually sell for higher. Locked phones, you have a bunch of people trying to get new phones that can't afford to upgrade on their plans. So that is a good tip that I got to give y'all, right? And this is a tip that I'll give everybody out there looking to flip phones. Buy phones that are locked. Phones that are locked to carriers are way more valuable than phones that are unlocked. I know it doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't. But let me explain it to you so hopefully it can make a little bit of sense, right? So when you go and you go to AT&T or you go to T-Mobile, right? You go get an account. Maybe you run your credit. A lot of people don't have good credit. Let's make that, you know what I mean? You already know, right? So they're not able to get the new iPhone or probably even get an upgrade in general. They got to stick with Android. Now, what a lot of the momentum and leverage I try to put on people is Well, I have the phone that you want to upgrade with the carrier, and the benefit of buying that device with me is you only have to pay one price. You don't have to pay a monthly payment, right? Like, you can get this iPhone 14 from me, and you can pay me one time. And this works when it comes to even crack backs. I've had people that are with Verizon and AT&T. They actually buy phones from me because they're like, dang, well, you know, I can't get that upgrade, and I know this phone is cracked, but I'd rather get this phone than stick around with this Android. You feel me? Like, that's how some people actually carry it. That's how they handle it, and that's how they feel about it, which in return, you guys can copy that momentum and, you know, get that sale. So make sure you guys are also open to lock phones, okay? Now I want to go to this presentation, and I have a presentation for you guys. And I do this on an often daily basis, maybe I would say quarterly. I really try to do it quarterly. Sometimes I do miss out and don't do it, but this is going to be a refresher for our 50 buyers price list, phone flipping buyers price list. My computer just blacked out. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, it just blacked out. 1 second, y'all. Let me get this straight. Let me get it straight. Hold up now. Let me activate. There we go. All right, so we have the 50 phone flipping buyers price list. Okay, this is the phone flipping buyers price list. Make the most from every phone you flip. Now, I created this price list for a certain reason, right? I wanted to make sure, and let me actually just do this because this thing is tripping right now. I wanted to make sure that I was able to help people get phones without needing to lose their momentum dealing with one buyer, right? And this often happens, right? People are trying to flip phones, but they only have one buyer. That one buyer often ends up giving them a good price, and then they'll cut the price down the more you sell phones to them, because no wholesale buyer wants to have to pay the right price. Let's make that clear. They'll always try to cheat you, especially if you're a new buyer. They'll treat you really good first, right? So if you buy phones and then you find a new wholesale seller or wholesale buyer, whatever you want to call them, they'll be like, yo, bro, I'll give you top dollar. They'll give you top dollar for a little bit. But when you start bringing them phone at the phone, you got to understand that you're dwindling their change fund. And what is a change fund, guys? A change fund is going to essentially be that amount of cash they have in the bank. Now, if you guys want to know a secret, a lot of phone buyers, wholesale phone buyers that are in the States that sell phones overseas, a lot of them use their retirement fund to flip phones. Did you guys know that? So they're taking money out of their 401k, and they are supplementing it and building more money, and they are trying to make sure they don't run through the whole bank first, right? I've seen somebody with 400K. I've seen somebody with 10K flipping phones that was a wholesale buyer. It's a bunch of different opportunities when it comes to phone buyers, okay? I've talked to good ones, bad ones, ones that are flexible and ones that are stubborn. A lot of these buyers will look for their best interest and won't really have yours at hand. I won't lie, okay? So you got to be careful. All right. So let's go and let's proceed. We're going to go over a few things. Why this matters, how the list is structured, common device and what they're paying, 3 examples of real buy offers, how to access the price list, and then a bonus. When you buy the list, you also get, okay? So I'm going to talk about all these things in this presentation. And again, guys, this is a refresher for all the people that have the price list, or if you don't have the price list, you can stay along too. You can get the price list. The link is below. I'm not trying to persuade anybody to buy the price list at all. I will tell you guys the honest truth. It doesn't matter to me. I just want all of the phone flippers to win. You can use free price lists, but free price lists usually are not wholesale buyers, to let you know. Now, why this matters, okay? Most new flippers lose money because they sell to the wrong buyer. Yes. Now, when you have one buyer, you never know if you're selling to the right one or the wrong one. Let's just face it, right? You never know who you're selling to. And a lot of you guys that are out here that are phone flipping successfully, you may have a good relationship with your buyer. But I'll tell you this, a good relationship with a buyer is never, ever good unless you push them to the max. Now, if you've never argued or tried to negotiate with your buyer and had to tell them that you're going to sell it to someone else or you're going to sell it to a consumer, you're not doing it right. Now, why do I say that? Because I've had plenty of times where I told my buyer, he gave me a price. I said, yo, bro, listen, that price is too low. I'll give you a really good example. Like the iPhone 14, like how they're saying it's worth like $80 locked. Bro, if I had a buyer tell me that the iPhone 14 was worth $80 straight to my face, I would tell him, hey, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you being here. But what I'm finna do is go ahead and sell this to somebody on OfferUp or another place. And what ends up happening is that person will end up saying, oh, okay, well, how much do you want? And try to negotiate. But if you don't have that respect from that buyer, what they'll say is, okay, well, you can go walk away because they'll think that you're going to come back. Now, if I did have an iPhone 14 and let's say a buyer was paying $80 and let's say I didn't want to sell it to a consumer, what would I do? Right? Would I just go and take that loss? So usually what I would do is I would go and wait until I get more phones and I'll sell it to the buyer in bundles. All right, like, in a bundle, okay? Now, the next one is this list took me years to build. It's based on real offers I received. Now, when I say this, this list has taken me years. I don't mean that in any loose way, right? Like, this has literally taken me years. Like, I've literally had to travel. I've had to talk. I've had to do my own work for these people for them to accept me. So this list is definitely something I take pride in, something I wanted to do not just so I can present it to you guys, but so I can make money, so my people can make money, so I will be able to sustain and make a good amount of income flipping phones. Believe it or not, flipping phones carries me sometimes. That is at one point, not now, but that used to be my main income. Okay. All right. Now, 50 verified buyers across the United States of America and international. Now, each buyer has devices priced for like iPhones. They have prices for Samsungs, Apple Watches, iPads, MacBooks, game systems, a bunch of different things, okay? Now, the conditions are sealed, non-sealed, headset only. Then you have the good old used grading system, the A+, the B+, the B, and then the C and the D. They use two payment methods, Cash App and Zelle, all right? I prefer to use Zelle. I would say Cash App is pretty cool if you don't get fees taken out. But yes, they do Cash App you. Every buyer is different as far as time. Some buyers will Cash App you immediately once they get the tracking. Some buyers do require them to actually get it in the mail first. Now, I don't really have a preference when it comes to phone flippers on, how they accept the payment, because it all depends on their structure of their business and company, okay? And, some people do try to, get over. I've had subscribers try to sell fake phones, try to bring in fake phones. I've had some people like Florida. Florida is the number one place that we get people selling us fake phones and trying to get money. And it's kind of annoying. And it'd be the people you least expected, which is wild, okay? I just ask everybody to respect me, my connections that I am, being the middleman to, basically, right? Like, don't make me look stupid. You feel me? All buyers send in offers and we find the average offer range. Now, most buyers are active Monday through Friday with same day offers. Now, excuse me, y'all. One thing I will say, if you're looking to try and understand how this buyer price list work, let me explain it. So, I want you guys to think of Storage Wars, right? You have a group of people that are in a crowd and they're looking to buy storage units. So what they do is they go around a storage unit facility and they are basically bidding on this storage facility and trying to see, who is going to win that storage facility, right? So they're bidding. They're saying, oh, I'll do this amount. And then somebody says, no, I'll do that. And then somebody says, no, I'll do this. And, they just keep going up and up. It's the same thing when it comes to this phone flipping price list. So you get a master email. Now, that master email is on the price list. It says in the instructions, email blah, 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 blah at blah, 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 blah.com. Okay, you email that email with the SIM restriction that the phone has, the IMEI, the condition, and pictures if needed, right? That then shoots out to all of the buyers we have. Those buyers then look at what you just submitted. They then email back offers. We will choose the highest offers that you get, send it to you. You then choose if you want to take that offer or not. Now, this is something that I don't think people understand or can grasp the concept of. We are putting buyers against each other to get higher offers because we know that buyers tend to offer less based upon the phone model, but also we like to supply people with what they need. So sometimes you may have a buyer that might be like, yo, I'm not trying to pay $700 for an iPhone 16 today. But then you might have somebody that says, well, in my store, we did a repair. We messed up on the 16. I really need this unlocked 16. So I'll pay $700. Like, we've had situations like that where one buyer needs the phone more than another buyer and they end up overpaying. Now, this doesn't always happen. I'm not one to try and gas it up. It does not always happen on the price list. People don't always overpay, but we do give the chance for them to overpay based on convenience and need. And that's where we win on this price list, is that I have mastered being able to not manipulate buyers, but being able to put them against each other so that we maintain control and leverage. That is important to me, to maintain leverage, okay? Now, the common devices and what they're paying. Now, what I did was I asked for my people to get a list of the most sold phones on the price list, not the list for the highest paying phones. These are phones that people submit to us on a consistent basis. We have the iPhone 11 64 gigabyte unlocked. Now, why do people give us these phones? Because a lot of people buy these phones as buybacks. I have a bunch of students that took their phone flipping business and turned it into a buyback company. And I teach you how to do that in the Hustler community, right? Phone flipping is a startup income stream. But what you originally need to think about when getting into phone flipping, and this is why I say, like, I rarely make videos on phone flipping anymore because people don't get it. Phone flipping is not something you want to do forever. You want to take phone flipping and build it into a bigger brand, a bigger model, a bigger business, because phone flipping cannot be done to make you $10K a month just by you doing it yourself. You need to make sure you're in different places, different areas, different states, and that you are the head of something to where you don't have to go and flip phones. You have people doing it for you. So what a lot of these phones are buybacks that they are getting from hospitals, nursing homes, DSPs, a bunch of different businesses that upgrade their phones with T-Mobile or AT&T. I teach you how to get those contracts. I teach you how to actually be able to articulate yourself to actually getting these type of businesses started, right? Then iPhone 11 64 gigabyte unlocked. Now, the reason it's unlocked is because obviously if you have an iPhone 6, now it's not 64 gigabyte. I already talked to, they don't even make, oh wait, is this the one? No, yeah, it is 64. They had a 14 64 on here, but they changed it to 11. Okay, now the reason why it is unlocked is because it's paid off. The older the phone, the better chance that it will be paid off. The better chance that it's paid off, the better chance you get it to be unlocked. The better chance that it's unlocked, the more you can actually reach out to businesses to sell these phones. Now, I'll give you a good example. Let's say you have a healthcare that's in your neighborhood. They go ahead and they upgrade because T-Mobile is having a great sale, right? So they go ahead and they upgrade to iPhone 16es, right? Those are really less expensive phones. They seem newer, but they still have the regular software. They're up to date and they're just there, right? They're the phone that you kind of want if you have that business, right? Because you want your employees to have the new device, make them feel good, but you don't want to spend too much, right? Which is okay because that is a great phone. So now they're happy with that. You then need to go and swoop in and take their old phones. You get me? So when you take their old phones, you go to them and you say, hey, how you doing? My name is Brandon. I'm a buyback company. I have We Supply is a buyback company I own, and we will offer you, and believe it or not, this is how it works. We know you have 500 iPhone 11s. We will offer you $15 per 11. Then they probably might say no. Now, I want you to understand why I said $15, because they do not try to make profit off of these phones. 9 times out of 10, they're trying to get their bills paid with the phones. Let me explain. I'm giving y'all game. Like, I'm giving you free game, okay? Anybody that watches this, that is listening to what I'm saying, I'm giving you game that nobody tells anybody, okay? So what you do is, a lot of these companies, they're not trying to make bread off of you. They're not trying to get you to sell the phone so that they can go and go buy a cheeseburger. No, they're trying to use the money you're paying for their old phones to pay 2 months in advance for their phone bill. That's how they think, because you got to think. These businesses, they're already getting paid salary. They're getting paid hourly. They're not worried about, and they have grants and stuff that they need to spend money on, right? So they're not hurting for cash. They want you to pay their bill. I'm telling you, right? So you offer something like 15, right? And I'll show you exactly how I would do the math, right? If I was somebody with an iPhone 11, I would definitely offer $15. And the reason I would offer $15 is because, boom, if I go offer 15, right? 15 times 500, okay? I'm paying $7,500. I pay $7,500. Now, let's say that they bill for 500 phones. Let's say their bill, is maybe $12.50 per line. Maybe. Now, this is their service, right? So they like $6,250. Now, you give them $7,500. That's one bill plus $1,250 towards the next. They're good. That's how you do it. That's how you get phones. You just got a bunch of phones for dirt cheap. That's where people are missing the key when phone flipping. They think phone flipping is about Facebook ads, and they think phone flipping is about Instagram, and they think phone flipping is about, hey, how you doing? Can I buy your phone? No, that's not what phone flipping is about. Phone flipping is about, let me learn how to negotiate correctly. Let me learn how to buy a few phones. Let me know how to actually inspect what I expect, and then let me start dealing with people that want to spend money on new phones and don't give a heck about their old ones. Okay, so for iPhone 12, you'll see iPhone 12 64 gigabyte, 200 to 240. iPhone 13 Pro Max, 380 to 440. These are average prices that they're getting paid out. The iPhone 14 Pro, $520 to $580. The Samsung S22 Ultra unlocked, $300 to $360. The Samsung S23 $128, $350 to $410. Google Pixel 7 Pro, $180 to $220. Google Pixel 8, $320 to $360. These are averaged out projections that are made and that buyers are buying phones for. Now, 3 real buyer offers. Now, I'm giving you guys the examples that you receive when you get an email, okay? So, we have one that I actually did my dang self, okay? Now, that's going to be right at the bottom, right? Haynes Pinckney Jazz CDQ LLC is evidently their business. They wanted to give me $100 for, I think, an XR or something. Then you have somebody in China that was doing $400 for iPhone 13 Pro Max. Then you have somebody doing 124 Pixel 7 Pro cracked screen. Like, these are very beneficial when people are buying phones that are cracked, damaged. They don't care about if the screen was replaced, if the battery was replaced. These are the type of buyers you want to deal with. All right. Now, 3 big mistakes most flippers make: selling locally for less when buyers pay more, not knowing what phones are actually worth, not having a consistent buyback network. Okay. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you. If you do not understand what I'm saying by a buyback network, then you are not in the position to make money phone flipping in the first place, because phone flipping has a lot to do with you buying phones back from businesses that do not need them. You're not supposed to sell to people around you. You're supposed to sell up the chain to those who move volume, those who buy 800 plus phones, those who sell or those who upgrade their business lines, which have 1,500 phones on them. You want to be the one to buy those phones from them. Yes, it's going to be a bunch of bread, but you're going to make more back. That example I just told you guys wasn't an example. It was a true life scenario. All right. Those iPhone 11s that you got, right? You paid $7,500 for them. But let's be real. How much do you think an iPhone is worth? An iPhone is worth around $150. Times that, and watch this, guys. You spent $7,500 for 500 iPhone 11s. You sell each iPhone 11 for $150. 150 times, oh crap, I'm thinking a lot. 150 times 500 is going to get you $75,000. That's more than you get paid at your job. There's a big opportunity. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've done a deal like this, and they don't always work out where you getting all this bread, because sometimes you got to split with other people. You got T-Mobile reps that have, or Verizon or AT&T reps that are usually going to be involved. And what happens is they'll be like, all right, look, bro, I'm going to refer you to buy their phones. What I need you to do is pay them the $7,500. Then I need you to put $25,000 on their phone bill. Yes. We want them to have 3 months for free, because if you're buying their phones from them and we're telling them you're a certified buyback partner, we want to make sure at least we keep them. They're not worried about a bill. We want to make sure that they want to make sure they don't get caught. They want to make sure that the customer doesn't complain and be like, well, we want our phones back, and you already sold them, right? So they want to make sure that you pay their bills for a certain amount of time. That's really how it goes, okay? And that's real game. And again, I haven't seen nobody telling people that, because nobody really knows. Anyway, how to access the price list. Now, it's a one-time purchase of $85. You pay for the price list and get instant access to get offers from all buyers in the network. You get offers. You get market value prices as soon as the price list is brought, and access to master email, which that email is going to be where you put all of the information for that device you're trying to sell or devices. To connect with all buyers at once to make a buyer's purchase, and then they will bid against each other. Number 3, lifetime access. Your access to the price list will never end, and you will always get a chance to sell devices to buyers. Now, when I say it will never end, it will never end. I will never say, hey, update, guys, we're charging you monthly for the price list. I will never say, guys, your access has ran out. I've had people that brought the price list from me from 3 years ago, and they still got access. And if you lose access, like let's say you lose the link, you just hit me up. I have all receipts. I have all activity on file to be able to see if you actually purchased that price list, to make sure that you get in. All right. Bonus. What do you get with the price list? Access to the private phone flipping group in our free phone flipping court. Now, our phone flipping community. I want to go actually, and I want to I feel like my dang, I don't know, like let's do this. We can go Instagram, okay, and then we're going to go to my profile. And then all you got to do is go right here, go to Hustler Taught Me, and then right here, you hit this. You fill out this information so I know who you are. DM me and let me know that you joined today. DM me and let me know you joined. When you DM me and let me know you joined, I'm going to send you, just because I bang with you, I'm going to send you a vendor list for 10 products. Okay? A free vendor list for 10 products. All right? I'm going to make sure that this community helps you. As long as you are active and you building on your thing, I'm helping you. I don't deal with inactive members. If you're not active and you ain't really trying to get better, bro, I'm not finna push you. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your daddy. I don't want to be your daddy, right? I'm me. I'm here. I'm not here to watch nobody back. I'm not here to push you to do harder than. I'm not here to push you to go harder for your family than you are willing to go. That's not my twist. That's not what I do. I'm a hustler. So if I'm hustling and grinding, I expect the people around me to do the same. If you don't do the same, then I'm good. I had a guy hit me up today. This guy, he paid for the community. It's another community tier. We met a bunch of different times, and he was able to flip phones and everything. But I guess he, and this happens, he had to take a break. So he took a break. But then I'm checking up on him, and I keep checking up on him, and I keep checking up on him. But every time I check up on him, he ain't on nothing, right? He ain't doing nothing. Now, life is lifing, right? I just felt bad. He hit me up today. I'm just like, yo, bro, one, you haven't paid your membership in months. And I still been checking on you, making sure you're straight, trying to give you advice, making sure that you are up to date. But I'm not here to spoon feed nobody. Let's not get this twisted. I'm not one of them, okay? I don't care about spoon feeding you. I don't care about motivating somebody that isn't motivational. I don't want to motivate you and you can't even be motivated, right? Because you're so unmotivated your own damn self. Like you walk and talk procrastination, right? You can't motivate nobody that do that. Somebody that don't want to get up their ass, you can't really motivate them to do that, right? So, that's how I am. I'll tell you that straight out the rip. Another thing is when you join that community, you're going to actually get a training video on how to find your own buyers. And then a PDF template on what to say to get fast responses and DMs, okay? And that's what I'm going to make sure that you get. Then we have like testimonials and stuff, like things that people have texted me before and all of that. Now, monthly earning potential. Example projections. Now, this is an average. So what we do is we'll average about 15 students together. We'll divide it. And we'll figure out what their average profit is. Now, we only round it up and round it down, okay? So 5 phones per week equals $100 average profit. That's $500 a week. The reason that is because you should be making at least $50 per phone or higher. Now, a lot of the times what I'll do, if you get this price list, I'll be on you. I'll make sure that I have your back when you're doing flips. And I'll usually tell you like, yo, bro, you got that phone for $400, but you know that phone is worth, let's say, $450, right? So you can make a $50 profit. I'll probably tell you, yo, bro, before you do that before you sell it to the buyer, go ahead and try to sell it to a consumer. And usually they sell, especially nowadays, right? Because a lot of people they messed up. A lot of people can't get phones financing. They don't want the bills to be too high because they don't want to go ahead and get a new phone financed and then not be able to pay the bill because of the device cost, which means then they don't have any cell phone service. So they find it more convenient to go ahead and just buy the phone straight out so that they can just worry about the phone service. Then, that's 500 times 4 weeks. That's $2,000 a month. Now, yes, average students make $2,000 a month. That's not anything impressive. I think that is very mediocre. And I also think that just means that you're not pushing yourself hard enough because $2,000 a month seems cool, but you can't live off of that. And also you cannot even call yourself ready to teach anybody how to phone flip if that's all you're making, right? If you scale up to 10 phones a week, that's $4,000 a month. Now, let's be real. A lot of people won't ever get to 10 phones a week because they are working, doing a 9-to-5, handling the regular, day-to life activity. But what I've seen is people get to like 8, maybe 7 devices. Now, all it takes is the right buyer and a consistent sourcing system. Now, consistently sourcing will get you 10 phones. So I have a bunch of people that have wholesale sellers, people that get phones all the time out of stores and then just hit them up on their phone saying I got phones, and that's where they win. All right, how this fits into your hustle system. You find phones on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. You check the price list to see the buyer's offers or what the buyer's market value is. You lock in the sale and get paid same day, or you might get paid 3 days depending on the buyer. You rinse, repeat, and scale. All right, and that is the main focus. All right, now again, the price is $85. It will be going up though, because again, we don't want too many people to be a part of this because it's a very delicate system, and also I gotta be careful of who I allow to actually utilize my network, because some people, they be trying to mess up connections for me because they do bad business. So all I ask is, if you are going to be a part of this price list, to please respect my network, right? Don't embarrass me. You know what I mean? Don't do no weird stuff. You feel me? Because that all comes back on me, bro. It all comes back on me. If you want to go to HustlerTaughtMe.com and you want to do it, just get it yourself, you can go all the way to buyer's price list and get it right there. All right. So that is the presentation for phone flipping. All right. Now, what I want to see real quick before I do get off is, let's see what we got here. Did anybody recently post anything? Wait and see. We see an iPhone 16. No, I gotta see the IMEI on the box. Nah. See, how you gonna use a free IMEI checker to try to tell me that I should buy that phone? Nah. I wouldn't even do that. That's cat, bro. Seemed like a scam. These days, everything is a scam to me at first. I ain't gonna lie to you. I may be wrong, but I'm cool. iPhone 14 unlocked. That's another thing. 14s ain't that expensive, guys. They not that expensive. I promise you. I promise you. Perfect condition. How much you want? 250. 200, bro. No, I could do 180. I don't even say I could do 200 because I want them to negotiate me up. But before I ain't even going to do it, because I'm going to come tomorrow morning. Oh, I can't actually, because I got to. Nah, I'm going to do it now. Because tomorrow I got to actually go to the warehouse. Got to go in. Yeah, I gotta go in. Oh, this person, yeah. So this person said no, too low, and nah, no box. I said okay. That person hit me up. This ain't gonna sell. Not for no 290. But let me get off, y'all. Let me get off actually, because I want to make sure. Oh, yeah. Let me see. Did y'all check out? Did y'all see what I did, y'all? Y'all see what I did? I put up a video, right? I put up a video. I'm trying to see a channel or something. I put up a video, y'all. Oh, right here. Go check this video out for your boy, man. Go check this joint out, man. I got some fake Rolexes, man. Go check that video out. Because you got all these people talking about Rolex this, Rolex that. Man, I done tried and cried. Okay? Listen, people going, man, listen, I'm good off that fake designer and all that. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. I'll leave that to y'all, bro. I'll leave that to y'all kids doing I'll just leave it to you. I don't have the patience. But that's it, guys. That's it for right now, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in, tuning in. I really do. If you're watching this later, Make sure that you like the video, of course. It means a lot. And I hope that we I hope we can lock in. We can meet, grow, build, and of course, work together. I really do. At this point, I think it will be beneficial to everybody to try as many things as you can. Because when you try things, you really see what you're built for and what you're not. I'm being serious. Because not everybody's built to be a reseller. Not everybody built to be a phone flipper. Not everybody built to be a hustler, bro. Some people are just built to get a job and chill. You feel me? For real. So I wouldn't stress out about it, but I will tell y'all this. Keep going. Don't quit. Don't give up, man. You looking at somebody that hasn't given up on themselves, that gave up on themselves. I consistently keep trying to grow, improve. I don't just do the same things expecting a different result. I'm often always trying to problem solve and figure out how to do something in a innovative way. That's just how I operate, right? It's about how you execute. It's definitely not about how you start. It's about how you execute, and your execution is very imperative to your success. It's not about how hard you work. You can work all day and make no money, right? It happens. You feel me? So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm finna get off, and I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all be safe. Y'all got any questions, tap in. And don't forget, y'all, do not forget, I want you guys to go and join the community. All right, join that community. All you gotta do, go to my business, or you can go to Educated Hustler. You feel me? You can go to Educated Hustler, and just click the link in the bio. Hit work with me, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's right here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All right, y'all be safe. Make money work for y'all. Don't work for the money, and also consistently get back up every time you knock down. Peace.